in 2018, but it was so intense in 2017, everything crypto, tokens, whatever. What has been your and your firm's view on this space?
So this is a marathon, not a sprint. So it's very early days in the crypto space. The very basic infrastructure is still being built out from a technology perspective. And from a business model perspective, it's still early days in that companies haven't completely figured out how they're going to make money around projects that are using tokens.
Have you invested in anything yet that's in either what would be called, I guess, the crypto or blockchain space, or at this point it's still too speculative?
So we have invested in over 300 software companies and internet companies that use software at their core, like Twitter and Alibaba.
Yeah.
In this space, it's still early enough that the companies haven't shifted from the early stage venture to the growth stage when we get more interested. So we're looking for companies where we can be helpful, provide support around technology, architecture, sales.
So your firm comes in a little bit later than where a lot of these companies are so far.
What we are doing, though, is we're looking at our existing portfolio and ways that we can use. For example, we have portfolio companies in cybersecurity and fraud, and how they can apply their existing products to the crypto space or infuse blockchain-like technologies under the covers of their offerings.
Let's talk about some other tech trends. One of the biggest things right now is the anxiety about personal data and privacy and security and things like that. Is that an area where you see opportunity, essentially providing alternatives in some way to the sort of current privacy model of a lot of big consumer tech companies?
Yeah, I think privacy is increasingly becoming as important, if not more important in some ways, than cybersecurity as an existential threat for companies. That is, if they don't have it front and center on how to manage and be responsible stewards of their customers and their partners' privacy, they can be at existential risk. And so we've invested in a lot of cybersecurity software companies, including some that have infused AI in their offerings, and those are great businesses. They're also great for the customers. We're looking for similar types of businesses in the privacy space because we think companies smaller than Facebook will have trouble building their own tech internally.
So it's not just a matter of avoiding a hack, because obviously every company wants to avoid having some big attack or something like that, but figuring out a way that they can companies can communicate to their customers that they can use that service without being exposed in some way.
Exactly. If you think about all of the interesting stuff that people are doing with data today, they want to use it for making their products better, but they want to make sure that it's protected in the same way that they protect their businesses from a cybersecurity perspective. It's a really hard technical problem, and for many companies, they just want to buy software to help them with that. And so we expect there to be an emerging growth stage company ecosystem around that space.
There has.
So one big coin I would always recommend to everyone own a little bit of are privacy coins. And I've mentioned on this channel that I own Monero and very little, not a lot, of Zcash. And they do make a great point where now that the Bitcoin dominance is starting to fall down, and we're at 39.4%, and not too long ago we're at 45%, there could be opportunities in altcoins. I personally stick to the larger coins. I don't go to smaller projects. But he is bringing up ideas. So if you're going to go do your research and you're going to start spending money on the blockchain on some of these small projects, which are very risky and I personally am not doing, so do whatever you guys like. The idea of controlling your own content is very big, and the idea of using the blockchain to control your privacy, and if you, for example, if my photos were on Facebook, but instead of having it on Facebook's server, it would be on a public or a blockchain kind of server where, if I delete the photo or if I make it private, I don't have to worry about, Facebook having control of it, correct? And so projects like that should emerge. And like I said, I'm not going to invest in any of this stuff yet. I'm sticking to my top 10 and I'm waiting to recoup some of my profits because I've obviously lost some money investing in cryptocurrency. So I'm not going into these small projects anytime soon. But like I said, there's going to be a lot of future token startups where, and with proper regulation, where money can be made. And like I said, I don't feel like I have educated myself enough yet. I'm going to wait and get more experience. But like I said, don't just close your eyes and be completely blind to it. Pay attention to stuff like this. This is why I'm sharing the video. And just start to think of solutions that the blockchain can help solve. And if you're going to be giving your money to some of these projects, hopefully it's going to fix problems. So if you do get scammed, you can be like, well, whatever, at least I was trying to fix a problem. Anyways, let me know what you guys think, and thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon.